Welcome back to the workshop, everybody. So glad you could be with me here today. Walter here at the workbench. So, what wood is it? We hear that all the time. People will post a picture. Hi, I got this wood from Joe. What wood is it? We need more information. Where are you located? Was that where the tree grew? Did you harvest it? Did somebody else harvest it? Is it wet? Is it dry? Is it heavy? Is it light? Is it soft? Is it hard? Does it smell? Is it sticky? Is it resinous? Okay? Just get us more information. We'll help you. Now, once you do that, remember, one of the most important parts of identifying wood. Yeah, okay, a nice face grain picture is nice. Maybe an edge grain picture. But the most important one is the end grain. Because that's where the cell identification occurs. So, what woods are these? This is sassafras. I know it's sassafras because I harvested it here in Pennsylvania. When you plane this, it has a very strong smell. The leaves are used in culinary for seasoning. You can take the branches or the roots and you can make tea from it. This is the whitest wood we have. It came from Delaware. I bought it from somebody who harvested it and cut me a half a log and sent it up, and I processed it. This is holly. It's the whitest wood we have. This came from California. It's Clara walnut. I know it's Clara walnut because I've seen Clara walnut before, but also because the man who sent it to me just cut down the tree. This came from Texas. The rest of it has wax on it and everything else right now, so I can't really show you much. But this is mesquite. Hard, not very heavy, but hard. Once again, you would want a good close-up end grain picture to really get a good identification. So, one of the questions I get asked a lot is, Walter, where do you learn all this? I said, very simple. We did prehistoric Googling. These are my books on wood identification. It began with trees. A handbook, okay? Trees of North America. Why North America? I live in North America. Okay? It tells you the regions they grow, gives you the description, some weights, etc. And then pictures of the seed pods, the thorns, the leaves, whatever. You don't get a lot of bark pictures in this book, but that's what I had. I've had this since I was a kid. So that's where I started. Then I went and got this one. This was printed in 1975. Woods of the World by Albert Constantine. He went and traveled the world buying logs and then processing them into lumber or veneer. And he was one of the largest mahogany dealers. So it had a lot of good reading, a very pleasurable. But here it also talks about quarter grain versus flat grain or through sawing. Lots of great information. That's another way. Okay? Then I had the bug. I was just digesting these books as fast as I could get them. This I picked up at a library sale. It's on timber harvesting. This one is Timbers for Woodwork. Also goes into all the different woods of the world. Talks about countries where you find them, etc. This one is Wood for Wood Carvers and Craftsmen. This one goes into drying wood in the flitch and what you can expect as far as cracking. Great information and why I don't. Here's some board footage information and how important it is to, when you harvest your flitches, you date them, you label them, and you keep a weight tally. And once they stop losing weight, they're dry. Encyclopedia of Trees. This one as well goes into photographs and shapes and pictures of the seed cones and where you can find them, and also another good read. But today we have these two books. Now this one I got in 1981. 1981. Bruce Hoadley. And he went into everything about strength of wood, drying wood, etc. This was a great, almost a textbook type. You can see here about sharpening tools and such, machinability. And so he talked about different joinery and so on and so forth. Great, great, great book. You may see pictures of his that are in this book that have been copied and shared around the world. And we've all seen this picture. You know, the what wood is it picture. Yeah, it's wood. But this is the book that goes into the specifics about the cell structure. And when I talk about using end grain pictures, okay? So like here, you have, well, these are all exotic woods, koa, afrormosia, but here's some cedars, mahoganies, but here's a good picture. All right, you see about the growth rings and the cell structure, and that is how woods are identified. See that? Whether you have a ring porous wood or a ring or a diffuse, and so on. So that's about it for today, but I wanted to share with you how I did it all these years. Remember, the internet has only been around since the 80s and not everywhere. So I probably used these books pretty hard and heavy right up into the 90s. And even today, I'd rather take this book and go for a hike in the woods and identify a red maple versus silver maple versus a big tooth maple. Okay? I can identify silver maple at blink of an eye because I grow them. Yeah, they're a weed tree. They're terrible. But hope you found this helpful, useful, maybe entertaining. You think so? If you did, give it the old thumbs up. And you have a choice now. Head out to your library and read some of these books, or go in your workshop, make some shavings. Either way, you're a winner. That's all for now. Walter out.